Did you tell him a month ago in your home what you said today about Mr. Tiller advising you that Mr. Tiller would make sure that music reached Mr. Dillon?
Yes.
And when you told that to Mr. Snyder, do you recall what reaction he had?
Well, I would say a big portion of that meeting in my house was about that meeting and that conversation. We discussed it in details.
Did he... when you first told him that, do you recall what Mr. Snyder's reaction was?
I couldn't tell. I mean, they were kind of like, he wasn't by himself. He had a young lady with him. And I would say they were like kind of maybe a little stone face, if I would say.
And did they ask you whether you were sure that Tiller had said that?
Yeah.
Did they ask you, well, could you be mistaken?
I don't remember that.
And when they asked you whether you were sure, what did you say?
Yeah, I was.
And is that true?
It is. The only reason I'm in this whole thing is because of my meeting with Anthony.
All right, just answer my question.
Yes.
Okay, you'll get out of here a lot faster.
I was sure.
Okay. When you met with Mr. Tiller, afterwards you said you went to a bar or a restaurant for a couple of drinks. Was that close to the CBS building?
Yes.
Do you recall what it looked like?
No. It was around the corner kind of bar.
And would it be fair to state that if, assuming Mr. Tiller hasn't changed his physical appearance in any significant way, that you'd be able to recognize him today?
That's a tough call, but I remember him. So yeah, I would guess that I could.
Let me get back to that meeting with Mr. Tiller. As I take it, you've made clear today that the reason you went there was because you wanted to make sure you were not throwing your money out the window, basically.
Yes.
That it was a wise investment.
Yes.
And you wanted some comfort and assurance from Mr. Tiller.
Yes.
That this was all on the up and up.
Yes.
Is that fair?
That's exactly why.
Okay. Try to recreate the scene for me. You're sitting in his office, and Mr. Damiano's there. Is Mr. Tiller at his desk?
Yes, first we're in the lobby, then we followed him to his office. I remember his big chair that I sat in, and he went behind his desk, and Jimmy was like on the side of the desk, and they were going over lyrics, which, I just sat there and watched both of them talk and reading lyrics and, flipping pages and stuff. Okay. Then I started to talk about what we were doing, about producing this.
All right, you're an experienced businessman, are you not?
Well, I've been in sales, managing dealerships for a long time.
And how many salespeople do you currently manage?
Right now where I am, I have 32 salesmen and 9 managers that work for me.
So you have 41 people that work under you?
Yeah.
And your dealership involves the sale of millions of dollars worth of cars?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. It's a big store.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just trying to create the picture in my mind. You were going there. You wanted to probe Mr. Tiller to make sure this was on the up and up.
Basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us how you probed him. What did you say to him?
I just wanted to feel him out, basically, to get some vibes from him. Is what Jim is telling me true? Is there any kind of connections to Bob Dylan? Is Bob Dylan reading Jim's music? How do you feel about that? And basically what I've got feedback from him is that Jim is a great songwriter. He loves his songwriting. And somehow it's getting to Bob Dylan and he's reading him. Now, I didn't get any, yes, he's going to do something with it, but I got the vibes that Bob Dylan is reading James Damiano's lyrics, and that Anthony Tiller loves Jim's writing, and he believed that if we produce this record, that something big could happen.
And after Mr. Tiller said that to you, that it would somehow be routed to Mr. Dillon, did you follow up with any questions about that?
No.
Okay,
no.
that satisfied you basically?
I basically heard what I wanted to hear, and I just wanted to get out of there.
Okay. All right. And when Mr. Tiller joined you or at the bar or restaurant, did you guys talk further about that?
All I remember about that is it was very brief. I remember him buying us a round of drinks and leaving. Me and Jim may have stayed there a little longer, but Anthony didn't stay. He had to be somewhere. He had to leave. He just came in, and I think we went first, just me and Jim, if I remember. Then he came after us, bought us a couple of drinks, and left. I don't remember any conversation or anything whatsoever that happened in the bar.
And let me move on to something else. Going to this trip to California that you mentioned, tell me, who was it that told you about that?
Jim.
What did he say to you?
Well, what I remember about it is the whole thing is he was somehow flown to California to meet with Bob Dylan in his house. Now, what I remember is he ended up leaving his music there and coming back without meeting Bob Dylan. That's what I recall. And the details in between, I really don't recall.
Okay, do you recall where this conversation took place?
It was on the phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any distinction? Did Mr. Damiano tell you how this was arranged?
He might have. I honestly don't remember. I don't remember. I remember that there was something about him flying there to California and meeting Bob Dylan, which never panned out.
Okay, I'm sorry. If I were to suggest to you that Mr. Tiller had offered to fly Mr. Damiano out, and that Mr. Damiano related that offer to you, would that ring any bells to you at all?
It's possible. I don't remember. I honestly don't remember how it started.
Would it be fair to state that if Mr. Tiller had not assured you that the music was reaching Mr. Dillon, that is, Mr. Damiano's music was reaching Mr. Dillon, that you would not have made this investment? Would that be fair to state?
Yeah, you could say that.
And would you be willing, Mr. Tiller's deposition is, I think, June 6th, which will be videotaped. Would you be willing to view that videotape to state whether or not this person who is giving that deposition is the one insane person who you met with?
Yeah, sure.
And give an affidavit to that effect one way or the other?
Yes.
Okay. Or a telephone deposition on that subject so we don't have to bring you back into New York?
That would be better.
Okay. Thank you. Nothing further.
Just a few very quick questions. Sir, in your statement, which I believe should be here
Yes, right there.
before you, which is Defendants 27, you state that when you met with Mr. Tiller, you entered into a verbal agreement with him. Can you tell us what that verbal agreement was?
Where does it say that? The verbal agreement was with Jim, not with Anthony.
Okay, so where it says here, at this time I entered into a verbal agreement with Mr. Tiller, that's incorrect. Where it says, at this time I entered into a verbal agreement with Mr. Tiller, that's incorrect.
At this time, I entered a verbal agreement with Mr. Tiller. There was, I mean, you could say it's a verbal agreement. What I can tell you is the man didn't promise me, guarantee me anything, but I understood what he was telling me. I mean,
Well, so you
shook
signed,
hands.
you signed a statement here, and I want to make sure that the statement is something that you still stand by, insofar as it says, "At this time I entered into a verbal agreement with Mr. Tiller." Is that, did you in fact, was it correct, sir, that during your testimony today, you haven't testified about an agreement with Mr. Tiller, but rather about discussions with Mr. Tiller? Is that correct?
We had a discussion.
And you did not have a verbal agreement?
We had an understanding
And what was that understanding?
that if I helped Jim out and produce that record, that something big would happen with it. Now you could call that a verbal agreement, maybe.
So when you say a verbal agreement, is that what you're referring to?
That is exactly what it would mean.
The understanding that if you produce this album, this record, something big would happen with it.
Yes.
And is it fair to say, sir, that
We are on the record. My name is Mark Brady. I represent Dole Recording, located at 369 Lexington Avenue.